North of the Haifa Bay, Israel, lies the city of Akko, one of the world's oldest seaports. It was visited by the likes of Alexander the Great and Caesar, and was under Arabic control from 636 to 1104. This is when King Baldwin I of Jerusalem conquered it and made it the seat of the Latin Kingdom, later to be governed by the Saracens. During the Third Crusade, knights reconquered the port, after which the city thrived as the capital of the Crusader state for 100 years, until 1291. Then the Mamelukes destroyed the city, which only regained its importance in the 18th century, first as the capital of a Bedouin sultanate, then as a Turkish city. In 1917, Akko became part of the British Commonwealth, and later in 1948, when Israel received its independence, it became part of the Jewish state. The Old Town, which became part of the World Heritage List in 2001, owes its most famous buildings to the Crusader knights and the infamously cruel Pasha Ahmed, who was often called El Ceasar, that is, the Slaughterer. Inside the city walls, encircled by the ditch with water built by the knights, there stands the elegant building of the El Ceasar Mosque with its green dome, built between 1781 and 1782 by Pasha Ahmed, after whom it was named. Not only he, but his adopted son Suleiman is also buried here. The treasure of the Ottoman Turkish-style building, girded by arcades, is the shrine, which is said to contain one piece of the Prophet's beard. Being the third largest mosque in Israel, the El Ceasar Mosque is still a center for the Muslim community. The building of the Citadel, which has an important part in the Old Town skyline, was also raised by Pasha Ahmed on the ruins of what was a former Crusader building. The fortress was later used both as an armory and as a barracks, while during Turkish times it was used as a dungeon. Today it houses the Underground Prisoners Museum. Next to the Citadel can be found the underground Crusader Town, Akko's most famous building complex. It has not been fully explored till today, and since the ceiling has collapsed in multiple spots, only a part of the Maltese Knights is open for visitors. This part of the town has not been used since 1291, when the Egyptian Muslim army defeated Akko's local Christian militia and destroyed the port. New buildings raised by the Ottoman Turks around 1750 have kept the city of the Crusaders safe under the ground for centuries. This is the Pompeii of Israel, a whole city, said an Israeli archaeologist, who claimed that the town is the world's most exciting archaeological site. From the vast antechambers, decorated with 800-year-old frescoes, the way leads through a small cave to St. John's Crypt, where the knights could hide during attacks. The crypt was later walled up by Pasha Ahmed when he had escape routes established when successfully defending against Napoleon. This prevented the empire's further spread to the east. The City Museum is situated in a restored Turkish bath and houses the Crusaders' memories, as well as the items of Islamic culture and ethnology, as well as contemporary weapons. Next to the souk, in front of the Sand Mosque, is the always crowded Eastern Market, one of the many colorful spots of the city, with its huge range of products and unmistakable atmosphere. The Greek Orthodox St. George Church stands in honor of two British officers who died in 1799 and 1840 in Akko. The inns, called khans, are a specialty of the city. From the former accommodations in the port of Khan el-Afranj, that is, the Inn of the Franks, and Khan el-Umdan, that is, Inn of the Columns, are worth mentioning. The ground floor of the latter used to be a stable, and there were rooms to rent upstairs. Besides the geometrically arranged court, the clock tower, without a clock, is also remarkable. The majority of the buildings present today in the Old Town, which is a great example of Islamic city planning, are built on the ruins of the former Crusader town. The buildings, which are still in great condition today in the alleyways filled with mosques, baths, and caravanseраglios, hold the memories of the Ottoman Turkish times for the sake of generations to come.